What's up, world? It's your boy Drew Marcy, rap coach extraordinaire, leader of the legends, here for How to Rap. And in this video, we're gonna break down the writing processes and the studio habits of none other than Hopsin himself. Last week, we did Logic and how he writes rhymes, so be sure to check that out in the video description box below. But this video is gonna be for you if you are a fan or an up-and-coming artist who is inspired by Hopsin. All right, just before we start, I want to let you know that if you're watching Hopsin, you're probably a fan of fast, lyrical, gritty rap, like those hard-hitting beats, right? And we're offering you 5 free beats right now. We teamed up with a producer who makes this specific type of beats, and we want to offer you totally for free, straight to your email inbox, 5 free beats in the style of Hopsin, Logic, and Joyner Lucas. So be sure to cop your free beats. It's the first link in the video description box below, and let's get to it. Hopsin recorded his self-produced indie album Emerge mostly between 2002 and 2003. But in 2005, he bought an $8 Wal-Mart microphone and downloaded the program Fruity Loops and turned his basement into a home studio. While it kind of goes without saying that Hopsin is far progressed past the Wal-Mart microphones and whatnot, up-and-coming artists should be inspired by this fact that he was self-producing albums using whatever he could afford at the time. And the old saying, just start somewhere, definitely applies when you're thinking about the development of Hopsin. So even the act of setting up your own personal creative space, leaning into the microphone, editing vocals, and the entire physical process of recording raps can help you prepare for the full studio experience when it's time to go. If money is tight, that shouldn't be an excuse not to get to at least the bare essentials like Hopsin did. As opposed to many artists who are on record saying that their best music is made quickly, it seemed like the song just fell out of them. Notably, Eminem wrote My Name Is in a 3-song session on the very first day that he met Dr. Dre. Hopsin lets his thoughts marinate when writing a song. When I write a song, it takes me a while, and I don't write all the songs right there on the spot, like in one session. Boom, nailed it, killed it. I let the beat play for hours and hours and hours as I'm just living in my house. It's like I really embed it into my brain and just feel what I'm trying to say and how I want to deliver myself on the song. Now we should just take a note here. Although Hopsin is telling us he takes his time to really have the music embedded in his brain, a lot of up-and-coming artists who haven't reached that intermediate advanced stage might think this means, oh, it's okay if I take a day, 2-3 days, whatever, to write 1-2 verses or one song. The truth of the matter is that you need to do quantity to get to quality. That's one of the old lines a lot of music educators are using online that I like to say I was the first one to put out there. Just had a humble brag. But the point is that you don't want to take this as an excuse to procrastinate. There's a difference between being productive and really letting the music build a relationship with you and procrastination. If you're looking for raw numbers, I'd say spend like the first year of your rap skills, like your first year rapping, just to work more on quantity so that you can get your mind and your creative juices flowing. And then once you're really confident that you can finish a verse or song quickly if you need to, then you can start to take a little more time, as Hopsin's talking about. Another reason it's probably easy for Hopsin to really take his time and really let things marinate is that he's not tied to a drug addiction or being inebriated when he records. Kind of goes without saying that a ton of rappers, probably most rappers, use some sort of extracurricular activity to get their songs done. Not with Hopsin. He doesn't drink or use drugs at any point during his writing process or otherwise. The way I feel is that to tackle obstacles in a pure mindset is going to hurt. Once I go through that obstacle and the next time I run into it, I'm going to know how to deal with it. I'll be stronger. It could be stuff dealing with pain, or it could be about happiness as well. You know, if I go to the club or party, I'm never wasted or anything. I'm sober and I'm still having fun. A lot of people feel like they can't have fun without being intoxicated or whatever. It's not true. Now that Hopsin is a self-admitted millionaire, what are his studio processes so that you can learn from them, since he ain't got to use the $8 Walmart microphone anymore? It's 100% me all by myself. I can't have anybody there when I'm writing or coming up with any music or anything. Once it's all done, then I have everything down to where it's just the beat. I recorded the rough draft of the song and we go in and finalize it. At that point, there's no interference in what I'm actually creating. It's me just finalizing everything everything, but nobody's there when I create anything. Like if I have an idea or whatever, it's just me in my room, my studio, and just making the beat, coming up with the chorus, writing the lyrics, and making sure it's the way I want it. Another quick note about this recording style, this studio workflow probably comes from the fact that Hopsin grew up recording himself. You've already heard his story in his early career. Obviously, there are many artists that didn't develop a writing style where they're just by themselves. You can see many videos of Lil Wayne or Tupac, artists who do create a lot of music with people in the studio as they're writing and recording the song. In any case, part of the reason that Hopsin probably developed this recording and writing style is because he learned how to rap, wink wink, by working with himself and self-producing his album. Another thing that's essential for me in the studio is having a chair that's right in front of the computer and the microphone right on the right side of me. My whole station is just almost like a spaceship. I don't want to be getting up too much, and I just like everything to be right here. My keyboard's right here, my computer's right here, the microphone's right here, and I move so fast in the studio, it's almost like I record, play it back, may add an instrument real quick, and it just moves like that. Again, for an artist who is experienced in self-producing, having the freedom to edit at their own pace is extremely important. And if you're an artist that's really developing yourself right now, self-producing, this is very useful information. It also appears Hopsin likes to have his studio more like an alcove, more like a spaceship, as he said, as opposed to maybe a regular booth or being trained to record in a booth. Eminem is on record as saying he really prefers to record his music in a physical booth. And again, that probably comes from the way he developed. Another thing is the lights are always out. My studio is dark, like you don't see anything but the screen. So even the keyboard, I don't even know what I'm pressing, but that's my vibe. It just helps stimulate my mind and put it in that place where I need to be to create the sound that I'm looking for. It's not uncommon for artists to have the lights off or the lights set to a certain color tone, but even crazier, Hopsin, in order to have that commanding presence, literally goes commando when he is recording. I get really hot in the studio, and I'm always in my boxers when I record. So I don't like wearing too many clothes because I get really hot. I don't know, I just sweat like I'm crazy when I'm rapping. My body has to be comfortable to project my voice in the way that it needs to sound, especially on songs where I'm really aggressive, like most of my songs. Now that does admittedly sound really confident. I just want to say, in case you're wondering, because you don't see my pants, I am wearing pants and underwear, so don't get any weird comments. But point is, I would not suggest beginning artists training yourself to need to be naked or you know, in your drawers. It's probably better to be comfortable recording with other people around and being able to record with clothes on until you can get to that millionaire status that Hopsin's at, and then you can find all of your personal vices that you need to record the best take that you want. All right, so that is today's video. Super excited to continue this series. Again, be sure to check out our Logic breakdown and comment, of course, with any other artists you'd like to have us break down, the recording processes, the writing processes. And as I mentioned, if you like fast, lyrical, gritty rap in the style of Hopsin, Joyner Lucas, Logic, be sure to check out that free beat pack that we have. It's the first link in the video description box below, and I'm excited to have you on the team. So I'll see you on the next video. It's been real. It's your big homie Drew. I'm out.